I don't really have a topic for mind in mind today, so I guess I'll talk about like kind of giving up too soon. I guess yeah, I think that would work. So when you give up too early, I think what would happen is that you would likely miss opportunities that would come a bit later, right? So every time this is just kind of how it goes, right? There are down times, there are up times, and sometimes things go quite well, sometimes things go quite bad. And most people would be giving up a bit early, or they're just giving up as in giving up on your dreams. Okay, so you want to achieve something very big. I don't know, you want to be a billionaire. I mean, that can be a goal. I mean, honestly, someone can want that, but that's kind of the thing, right? If you want something like bad enough, I think you'll always get there. But we don't really want it that bad. Like, you get what I mean, right? So if you don't want it bad enough, you're likely not gonna go through the harder times, and then you just give up early. When you give up early, it's like you just didn't. You're just thinking of the moment, and you didn't think about the future, kind of, because it's just a sacrifice in the short term, bro. And then everything can't be bad forever. Like things can't go bad forever. Sometimes, sure, bad things happen, man. Like, yeah, you lose someone you like. I mean, your car just gets vandalized. Something bad happens. You get you go in like a big loss. You go in a debt. Something like that. That keeps on happening. But then the thing is, ultimately, you have to get somewhere, and that's what you wanted to do. But what you do is then you ignore this decision of yours to get to what do you say, higher place in life. You ignore that desire and you just think of the present moment. Then you have these smaller desires of the present moment, which is like, I just wanna be comfortable. Uh, I don't wanna go through all this pain, something like that. So I'll just go get a normal job. Maybe I'll stop working on my business. So that's an example actually that kind of happens to a lot of people. They give up because the business would take too long or to make profits. And that's just how it's going to be, because at the end it's going to make the most profits. And if you just don't sacrifice anything now, then I guess, yeah, it won't make any profits later. And most people, they'll just think of the present, right? Even even if, like, what was the topic? Oh, I was trying to relate something with the topic. My topic was things can't go bad forever. Was it that? Or damn, hard times, I guess, something about that. So uh damn, I completely forgot actually. I think I have to work a little bit more on this. But so yeah, when you going through some kind of a bad time, and it can't be bad forever. In business, the same thing applies. So something similar applies. um, Business, you make a short-term sacrifice for a longer term gain. And in business, mostly what happens is that you have to invest now and then you get more later. But what most people would be doing, they'll just think of short-term like benefit. So they'll optimize their business and kind of create it in a way where you're getting the short-term benefits, like money, to be honest, right? They just want some quick money from the business, and so you kind of end up sacrificing the long-term stuff. What's the long-term stuff? Brand image, I guess. The image of your brand. You don't make a good brand when you think of short-term things, right? And then let's say you come off as more needy, I think, right? More desperate. Even like in your sales, you come off as more desperate and you make bullshit, like you cut corners and all that. So it's even disadvantages over here. Lot of things where we don't Just think of the present moment where things are bad. You wake up and then you're like, oh, I don't want to exercise today. I really don't feel like going to the gym. I really don't feel like I should do some like read a book, read a book to gain some knowledge about the damn business. Instead, you go to your phone, you watch like some Instagram or some YouTube, like, and then it's just like, what are you doing? Like, clearly you're thinking in the present moment. You have to like kind of envision what that will do to you later, and I think for that you have to come up with some kind of a tactic, kind of remind yourself how bad you will feel after you do the bad stuff, and then you get on to doing the actual good stuff, and then you just can't do it anymore because things were bad and you just voted in for it to become even worse, so there, there should be a way, I guess, figure it out, and then really just ignore all feelings in the present, which is really hard to do because you have to be happy, right? You have to enjoy your way up, your way when you're climbing a ladder. Um, it can't be like, if you climb up the ladder, you miss like two steps, you just jump over one step, your leg will hurt, right? But and when you go to the top of the ladder, let's say there is a pool at the top, you kind of will be like bent over and then you will like touch your legs and everything because of the ache. But if you just go properly on the ladder, one step at a time, at the end you will be happy, right? So there has to be a balance. Now, feeling good in the present moment shouldn't mean that you do Instagram, like you watching Instagram or YouTube. Garbage, honestly. YouTube, see, in YouTube there is less garbage. There are like business podcasts. Which one would I recommend to? Oh, that's an interesting question. uh, which business podcast helps? I don't really. I think I wanna tell actually, like because when I watch this video in the future, I would wanna know what kind of podcast I consume like right now for business. I haven't watched one since very long. I don't just watch business. It's like business and life setup podcast. You know how you should have your life set up. That's kind of why I'm talking about why it's important for you to have your life set up in a way where you have all things, right? That's why you can't just grind like this hustle culture, grind culture. I think I've seen those YouTube shorts. They're just like embrace the grind, and I mean like yeah, sure, but then the other things. And that doesn't mean you should make an excuse to that's detrimental to you. But what I'm saying is should be a balance, and so a good balance is where what you're doing right now helps you in the future as well. So a smarter idea of this is if you read a book before you sleep, it feels good now, right? Because you're in a bed, you're just laying down, right? And like it's actually kind of comfortable if you think about it, right? And you'll fall asleep also, you get tired when you're reading a book. Or is that just me? I don't know, but like when I've been reading a book, especially around like later times, and I sometimes then after some time I'll feel like bit dizzy and then I just drift off to sleep. I'm not doing this right now, but I think that will work a lot better than watching like something on your phone at night time, because then it will disrupt your sleep quality, like your blue light from the smartphone, right? Is that true? I think I heard that somewhere. Blue light disrupts your sleep. So if you read a book, clearly you're getting some knowledge. So I think that would help, right? There has to be a good balance like that. You eat, you're struggling with junk food like me. So what you do, you go out and you eat some garbage. Usually that's what you do. So you go out, you eat something that's healthy over there. Even if you order a salad, where's the restaurant? Can I just zoom in or actually I won't do that? But there's a restaurant nearby. The salad over there is amazing. But then so is the pasta. Okay. So that's what it's about. I think really what I've been trying to say this all the time, not all the time, but in this video, all these minutes, is that you just have to think about now and then the future, more of the future, but both at the same time. I think I should have just said that. I think I just wasted your time. I think you're welcome.